You know, I've studied pretty extensively the decline of civilizations, and I would argue we are kind of in a decline. I'm not saying that the knell of doom is around the corner and it's burning skies and pandemonium. I call it first world hell world. So here we are in this beautiful estate, bridges full of goodies, AC, nice equipment, but spiritually, the collective mass is very zombified romantically.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're sort of calloused in this way. So I call it first world hell world. And what I look at is when you study every empire that has fallen, there's 3 stages, Ed. Okay, so we're in between stage 2 and 3. The first stage is the death of God, or the lack of reverence for a higher order. And Friedrich Nietzsche writes about this in The Gay Science when he said that God is dead. You know, everyone's heard of this sentiment. Jordan Peterson has been talking about it on stage, reanimating this important lesson. And once that happens, you sort of are castrated from a sense of a higher order, and your reverence is gone now. Look how irreverent we are. We don't have reverence today, right? So that's the first stage. And once that happens, the moral structure above is sort of castigated. So what happens next? The next stage is female sexual liberation. And I specify female sexual liberation, not male, because what happens is there's a guy named J.D. Unwin. He wrote his magnum opus called Sex and Culture. And he studied 86 different cultures through 5,000 years of recorded history. And he found that with the Sumerians, the Babylonians, the Athenians, the Romans, what they all had in common is once we give up our belief in God, women become sexually liberated. And once they're sexually liberated, men no longer want to fight to maintain their social cohesion.
Interesting.
We lose our purpose, our cohesion. And then the third stage, and we're in between stage 2 and 3 right now. That's why we have all these red pill podcasts, by the way, or feminist porn videos. It's because we're trying to backtrack, but we're in between stage 2 and 3. And the last one is desecration of beauty and rewriting history. And Roger Scruton writes about this in his book Beauty. So basically, we're right at the stage where we're going to start seeing some serious negative return for this widespread promiscuous whoredom. And I'm not trying to be a hater or anything. I'm just saying from studying, reading all the literature, this is what's going to happen, I think.
Kind of like Rome?
Yeah, just like Rome.
Yeah. I didn't know that the women...
Keep in mind how Rome fell apart as well. You know? I'm sorry to interrupt, by the way. But great empires, they fall from the inside out. Like when Rome fell, they were having orgies, and everyone had like their own wine cellar. You know, they had like, there's wealth when Rome fell. And, you know, the Ottoman Empire was being led by a 23-year-old general at the time. And how did he take down an army that was literally 15 times larger? You know why? Because they didn't care to defend it at that point, because they were so obstreperous from the inside. Mm-hmm. So, of course, the walls will fall.
Yeah, I didn't know that throughout history that the women had gotten super promiscuous. I mean,
every time.